Okay.
Hello, everybody. Nice to see
Hello.
everybody from Finland and Estonia and hopefully Austria at least soon. Ah, let's see if our guest speaker is here yet. No, he's not. But yes, I think there are a couple of people from our Estonian team also, so warmly welcome. We have these Monday Zooms uh, in Finnish every Monday, 8 o'clock. And sometimes we have special guest speakers. Today we have amazing one. And I think we will have once a month some guest speaker because at Oslo annual conference, I talked with about dozen of leaders internationally, and they were all very keenly agreed to join our team Zooms. So that's the plan, once a month. So let's wait a couple of moments. Yeah, Michael wrote 2 minutes late, but coming. So it's fantastic. In the meanwhile, if you want, you can write in the chat how has your week after annual event been? Have you talked about gut health test? Have you got customers? Have you used the partner and customer campaigns? Or what are your goals to this October? That you can write also. It would be great to know. And also, if you get questions to Michael during the, or if you have already now, or you will get questions during the session, please write them also down. If we have time, we can ask something from Michael. And yeah, so we will get, if you have special kind of things that you would like to ask. And of course, those questions might come as we go forward. So you can do that also. Personally, I have had a blast since the Oslo trip. It has been very busy, very hectic, a lot of presentations, follow-ups, start trainings, customer demos, etc. All day long, and I love it. Many people think that when they start the business or they are thinking about starting, they are concerned that do I have the I might find some time, but do I have the energy to build this? And I have seen many times that actually when you build this business, this will give you energy, excitement, good feeling to all areas of your life. So I work a lot at the moment, but I feel that the more I work, the more energetic I and excited I am. So yeah, we shouldn't be afraid of that. Okay, no one dared to write in the chat yet. So be brave. Don't uh, don't don't fear. Do bold moves. These are good situations to check if you have the guts. Someone asks you to do something and you hesitate. Should I answer? Should I write something? Uh, and the question is that if you think about that, the answer is always yes. the right answer. So just do it, and it's of course it applies to all areas in our life, especially in this business. You come
Okay,
up.
Michael came in.
Super. Alrighty. If our guest speaker is here, are you, Michael, here? Can't see you yet. You're
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, 3 minutes late.
Willkommen.
Herzlich willkommen. Ich kann spreche Deutsch auch. Wir können Deutsch sprechen hier.
Wow, das wusste ich ja gar nicht. Super, dann machen wir heute alles auf Deutsch.
Ja, ja, zwei Bier bitte und wir möchten zahlen.
Tut's
Yeah,
alles.
we have special secrets here in Finland, so yeah, we understand you guys. Maybe you don't understand us when we speak
N-
Finnish. But
No?
Michael, so fantastic to have you here. We are very grateful that you invest your time. I know you are busy, uh, but we met after a long while in Oslo, talked for a while, and you agreed to come to this, join this our weekly team Zoom. And actually, we have a lot of those international leaders coming monthly. So this is like a beginning, and you have the privilege to be the first one for a long time. But great to have you here. How are you now after Oslo? Have you been busy?
Thanks for the invitation. Nice to be here and have a couple of hours. You said around 3 to 4 hours, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Is this call
something like
always?
that.
Yeah,
We
super.
don't count here.
I'm happy to spend time here and had an amazing day, an amazing October so far. So looking forward to everything what's ahead of us.
Yeah. How are the campaigns going on in your team so far?
Amazing. A lot of people already collecting a lot of bank up to rank up credits,
Yeah,
and that's amazing. We tried to have 1,000 people in the team qualified for ECBX and have a schmack in November. That's the plan.
yeah, yeah. I remember you and actually Marco also, you had calculated separately that how much volume comes after certain days in month. And if I recall right, you had calculated that after 23rd or 24th day, 50% of the total sales comes after that. Was it something like that? And one third comes in 3 last days or something.
Yeah, that's super important to really know your numbers because in a run like this, and for me, runs are super important. I can show you later why runs are so important,
Yeah.
and because in a run you get the airplane is on the ground and it's difficult to get it in the air. It's the most difficult part because there you have to give 100%. Once it is in the air, the airplane does not need anybody to be honest. In most of the time, it's autopilot.
Mm,
The pilot is not doing anything. He's
mm,
just there to navigate the plane in difficult times. That's the same what the leader is doing.
mm,
But the difficult stuff is to get it into the air. And in network marketing, the best way to get the plane into the air is a run. And you can do a run in 30 days, you can do it in 60 days, you can do 90 days. But at least I would recommend do it 30 days and use Zinzino campaigns to do that. For example, in November, for the same work, you get 3 times the credits. So why not use that for a run? That is what we always do. And the month after, you don't fall that deep because you have more partners, you have more customers, and you don't have the same rank. People tell me, all right, now you hit diamond in November, now you are silver. Many people in our team, they are silver now. In November, they're going to be diamond, even director. It's going to happen. And then in December, they are not diamond again. But if they are silver now, they hit diamond in November, and in December they are platinum.
mm,
All right, next run is in, I don't know, March. In March, they go for director. In April, they fall down to diamond. So the rank you hit in a run is the same rank you have 6 months later in a normal month.
Yeah.
without running. So
Yeah.
that's why it's super important to do these kind of runs. And in a run, always the same thing happens. It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
You prepare for the run and you are hyped. Maybe you sign up some customers and partners the first days, and the first 7, 8 days, it's easy. But then the two most difficult weeks come. And in these 2 weeks, 70% of all partners quit. Because you do the work, you keep going, you get the no's, quit subscription, partner sent the package back, no duplication, cat is pregnant, vacation, moving, stuff. And the time from 8 to 22 in a month is the most difficult one. That's why we started to track the numbers, to come back to your question, to calm ourselves down. And I know now I can be relaxed if I keep doing the work on the 13th of the month, 5 times the credits will come in. So
Yeah.
if I have 2,000 credits on the 13th, if I keep going, I have 10,000 end of November, for example.
Yeah.
So 5 times on 13th, half time in our team is 23, 24. Then it's halftime. So halftime is not 15, halftime is 23, 24. And then on the 28th, when I hit Ambassador, for example, on the 28th, I had 100,000 credits. On the 31st, I had 150. So 1/3 came in again, just because of momentum kicking in, crazy things going on, all the partners fighting for ranks, and then you create like this kind of momentum. That is what we do. We just hype the ranks. We go the runs. We do always the runs, and that is our success story.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Let's get back to this, but let's go a little bit to the history first, because I think there are many people saw you in Oslo. There might be people who didn't see you or couldn't attend. But nowadays you are a Black Ambassador. You have crazy business. You have you got the Heart of Zinzino trophy. By the way, super congratulations. That's awesome. So you have built a lot, but let's go into beginning. You've been in Zinzino like 5, 6 years, and you were a teacher from a small village when you joined. Can you tell a little bit about your background shortly, and what was the reason why you in the first place started with Zinzino?
Yeah, 100%. Thanks again for your kind words. Here it is. I just showed it in the Team
Yeah.
call. That's amazing. For every crown, Royal Crown, Black Crown, Ambassador ranks, you always get this set. You know, Manu?
Yeah,
You get the set, and you put them everywhere, and you're proud, and you pack it, and it's so amazing, and you're proud of yourself. But this one, wow, that's really crazy, because it shows that you inspired a lot of people, and the company loves what you're doing. So I'm really honored and proud to have that. That means the world to me.
Yeah.
But it wasn't always like that. You said it. I started. I was a teacher, and I started to become a teacher. And during my studies, I already had the feeling, that's not really my thing. But I'm too scared to not finish it, because my parents would be disappointed. So I
Yeah.
finished university. In Austria, you get like a title. You put a title in front of your name that the whole world knows you're super smart and you are a studied guy. And I went working as a teacher, and I get scared, because I felt like the life is passing, and that's not what I really want to do. So I have to do my own stuff. Then I tried, okay, what's my passion? I tried to do my own fitness program. I sent you a video.
Yeah.
That was like what I did.
Thank you for that. Muscle up.
But then I realized, okay, to make a program, it's the one thing, but I was a teacher. I'm not a salesperson. I have no idea how to sell something. So nobody wanted to buy it. Then I tried affiliate marketing, didn't work. Then I tried one company, Ringana, it's an Austrian network company. I had 3 weeks. Then I had to sell creams for 100 euros and shampoo. And I said, guys, I cannot sell shampoo. Look at me. And it's all right. It's just not for me. And then I said, all right, that's it. And then someone introduced me to Zinzino, and I said, no, then not again. Network marketing, I tried it already 3 weeks, it didn't work. And then I said no. And then 2 months later, I kept thinking about this Zinzino thing, and it was my if only 1% is right. What they tell me, this could be my ticket out here. This could be my ticket into freedom. And I called this guy who invited me on Instagram to watch the presentation, and I called him and said, "Hey, I start with the big package." And he said,
Okay.
I already quit. I said, what? Yeah, he already quit. I said, all right, but I passed you to the guy who did the presentation, Fabian. And then he passed me to Fabian, and Fabian signed me in on the inside leg of this Clemens guy.
Oh,
Okay?
wow.
So Clemens had banking on the other side, like a couple 100,000, and they placed me on his inside leg. So it was the inside leg of an inactive partner.
Yeah.
That was my status quo. Then I tried this Zinzino thing, and after 6 months, really doing the presentations, doing the follow-ups, reading the books, going, doing all the kind of stuff they tell me, after 6 months, I hit it, the rank of silver. And I said, hey guys, come on. I do the school workshops, work as a teacher. At the weekends, I work as a waiter. And at night, I did 1 or 2 hours the Zinzino thing, 6 months, and I earned 100 euros.
How many presentations do you think you had during those 6 months totally?
I sent out 300 plus videos because
Okay.
at the beginning I sent out videos. What was a mistake to all my Facebook friends? Hey, look, network marketing, Chuck, we're all gonna be rich. There's paid nutrition. Look at this. Nobody watched, and they said, "Come on, stop with this bullshit. That's a scam." So I kind of burned these warm contacts, and I had to try cold ones, and it was so difficult. And then I went through this list, and there was always one name I always try to avoid to call. Maybe you have this one name on your list and you don't want to call him.
We all do multiple of those.
And then I called him. And I started to do every Monday, I started to do presentations because they told me you have to do presentations. And every Monday, 7 p.m., when now is our team call, I did the presentations. I invited all week long. 5 people told me, yeah, they will come. Nobody attended. And then you're sitting there, suited up, light into my face. I had my 40 euros H&M suit, a white shirt, and light directly into my face. And then you have the option.
Secret meeting.
You do the presentation, or you push the red button and leave. And I did the presentation next week, invited all week long for Monday, 7 p.m. 3 people told me they will come. How many came? Nobody. Sitting there, light into my face, suited up. And weeks kept passing and passing and passing. But I always did the presentation, recorded the presentation, checked how I can improve, what I can do better, send it to my upline. Hey, how can I do this better and that better? And I got better and better and better. And then this one name on the list. And finally, I called him Robin. And I said, hey, Robin, hey man, it's the hottest thing out there. Remember, together in school, you were always the guy who was super intelligent. You're amazing in sports, and I think if you would do what I'm doing, you would be just go through the roof. It's the hottest thing out there. You really should take a look. Many people take a look right now. And Robin said, "Okay, I will take a look." So I invited him Monday, 7 p.m. And then I was sitting there, suited up, H&M suit, light into my face, like jumping around. And then the name appeared, Robin, in my Zoom. And I said, all right, okay. I was super sweaty. And then I let him in. And then there was Monday night. I told him it's the hottest thing out there. Everybody wants to join. And then Monday night, he was sitting, him and me. And I said, hey, maybe the others are coming soon. And I said, all right, let's wait a couple of minutes. And then we waited like 2 or 3 minutes, but it felt like 20 minutes. It felt like insane long time, like super awkward. And then after 3 or 4 minutes, he said, hey, Michael, this could get embarrassing right now. Should I just leave? I was sitting there taking a deep breath, super insecure. And it was 2021. It's not even 4 years ago. And I said, yeah, just leave. and he left. And then you have the Zoom open. You see yourself. I fell down like this. I looked at myself. I was so disgusted. I felt like the biggest loser in town. Wait like 5 minutes. Then I set up and I did the presentation. Because I understood it doesn't matter what you do when everybody's watching. Last weekend in Oslo, 4,500 people in the audience. Then it's easy to perform. Then it's easy to do your best. Then it's easy to perform at your highest level. But what are you doing when nobody's watching? What are you doing when you're alone in a Zoom meeting? What are you doing when you're alone in the hotel meeting? What are you doing 9 p.m. when you're alone in your office? What you do in the dark puts you in the light. And that was the most important lesson. I'm so grateful for this 6 months because I did the work in the dark. Nobody was seeing. And then it paid back. In the 7th month, we did the run and I went from silver to platinum.
Okay, what did you do different?
I did the same things. I did the presentations. But I got better. I did the follow-ups. My first follow-ups with Sasha, it was a disaster. They came in and they said, I don't have the time. I said, you don't need the time. They left the Zoom meeting. Then they came in, I don't have the money. I don't need the money. You do this because you need the money, right? They left the Zoom meeting. And then one guy came and he said, hey, I do all the decisions together with my wife. I have to ask my wife. And I said, do you really need to ask your wife for permission? And he left the Zoom meeting. And so we were a disaster in follow-ups, in presentations, in everything. But we did it again. And finally, people signed up. And Sasha hit executive, I hit platinum. 6 months later, just doing the basics. 6 months later, I was a crown. And again, I think 14 months later, I was an ambassador. But just because I focused on these basics, doing it over and over and over again.
So what started to duplicate in your team? What do you think was the main things that started to duplicate? Was it like how people started in your team, the fast start period, or was it how you kept the meetings, or what was the major thing for you that started to duplicate so well?
I think the easiest thing to duplicate is excitement. And sorry, my dog. And you don't need all the skills, but be very excited, because I saw this as a once in a lifetime opportunity. And in every family, there is this transitional character. Every family has this guy, this transitional character, when you feel you're different. All the family members, they're this way, but you feel like a little different. And it's highly probable that you are this person because it's Monday, 8 p.m., and you're sitting in a Zoom like this. So it's highly probable that you are this person. And I felt I am this person, but I don't know how to prove it and how to do it. But I understood if 1% is right, this got me excited. But how do you break down excitement? How you create excitement? And excitement is easy to create. The first thing is you need to understand what is your number. I started to buy a clicker, and I started to count how many conversations I have to open, that how many people are coming to a presentation, to a first call, how many first calls I have to do, that how many people are coming to a presentation, how many presentations I have to do, that how many people appear at the follow-up, how many people from the follow-up come to the closing, and how many from the closing to the onboarding.
Yeah.
And I counted this number. And once you know this number, and my number was super high, my number was like 320. I had to open 320 conversations for one partner. But this number got me fired up, because I understood if I want to sign up 2 partners, it's 640. And I divided 640 with 30 days. And I knew, okay, every day I have to do like 25, 26. I don't remember exactly. And if I do this number, I sign up 2 partners. And this is what I did the first 3 years. I never did more. I'm not the best in recruiting. I never did more than 2, but I also never did less than 2. I did 2. And this 2 led to today we are 6,500 partners and 40,000 customers. But just because I understood I need to know my number and I need to do this number. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's 10 p.m. There are 10 missing. I did this 10. I just did the number. And if you do the number, you will feel how your skills get better. Because More quantity brings better skills. Quality is not coming by reading a book. Quality is coming by doing more quantity. So your skills get better. When your skills get better, finally you get results. By increasing the number, you improve your skills, then you get results. You earn your first money. When you earn your first money, belief is rising. Because you believe now you can do it, and you believe Zinzino is working. Because I didn't believe it until I saw the money on my bank account. I wanted to see it. Yeah, it's nice. I trust all these leaders and amazing founders, but I want to see it on my bank account. And then if you have the results, you see it and you understand you can do it. And if you have the belief, excitement is kicking in. And if you have excitement, it's the easiest thing to create duplication and momentum.
Very good. User asks here, how do you start new partners in your team? How do you make sure it's as successful as possible?
Super basic. I think you always should start onboarding with a crucial conversation. So I really do a crucial conversation with them, and I say, hey, first I congratulate them. I say, hey, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. 130 people in our team already started this in their spare time from home. Now they are diamond and above and they quit their job. So congratulations on this. Second thing what I do is I say, hey, my goal is that as soon as possible, you get independent from me and you have your own driving online business or business if you do it offline. Is this also what you want? You always get a yes. Say, super. Then I ask them, to achieve this goal, there are two ways how we can work. First way is I work with you, personal, one-on-one. The second way is you work together with others in group coachings and team calls. What do you prefer? That I work with you one-on-one or in group coachings? 99% will tell you, no, I want to work with you one-on-one, Michael. I say, super, that's also what I prefer. But for that, I need three things. I want that you are hungry. I want that you are teachable. And I want you to be coachable. If you cannot bring these three things, I will not work with you one-on-one. That's important for me. And maybe for you are other things important, but those are the things what are important for me.
But you challenge them a little bit so that they...
I explain them what I mean with that,
yeah.
What means hungry, what means coachable, what means teachable. And I give them tasks to prove it. Hey, for example, if you signed up new, order the book GoPro from Eric Worre. Order this book, read the 10 pages, go through the education platform, watch this video, watch education platform 6 videos. And if they come to the next meeting, never go out from one meeting without the next meeting. So that's the most important thing. And if they come to the next meeting, and we have I have with many every day. If they are super hungry, I have with many once a week. I have with many once a month. So it depends how hungry they are. And if they come to the next meeting without doing the tasks I told them, that's the sign for me they are not teachable or coachable. And I tell them again, hey, if you want to work one-on-one together, I need you to do that, because that's the only reason how they get successful. And if they do not get successful, I'm a good person. I got the heart of Zinzino, but I'm not here to win new friends and to build up new people without them giving me their hand and doing also their part. It always has to be, I do one step, you do one step. I do one step, you do one step. And if I just do all the steps and the other person does not, it's not worth my time. So it's always like they have to do something, I have to do something. And I test them. But I tell them at the beginning. And then the last question I do at the onboarding is I tell them, and that saves you a lot of problems if you ask this. I tell them, hey, this business is a roller coaster. And I can promise you, if we work the system, we're going to have a lot of fun together. We're going to have success. We're going to celebrate you on the big stage. We're going to have incentives together. We're going to travel the world together. We're going to celebrate you. But I can also promise you there are gonna be hard times. People gonna say no. People gonna laugh at you. People gonna say it's a scam. People gonna say it's a pyramid scheme. People gonna say it's too expensive. People gonna say to you, you should stop it. What are you telling those people then? First question. Second question, how should I behave when you are down? Should I call you? Should I text you? Or should I leave you alone? And 99% say, no, please text me and tell me why I'm started. So I get the permission for the ass kick. They gave me their yes. And now if they don't answer me, I don't have to run after them and tell them, because many people tell me they feel needy if they always ask a partner, and how are you? What is this going? What is that going? But if you ask this at the onboarding, you're never like this needy sales guy because you got the permission. And that changed a lot for me. And that's the crucial conversation. And then we just go into it. Super normal onboarding. Your why. The why is super important. Then we do the what. So, okay, the why is to travel 5 weeks to Thailand. That's their why, for example. Okay, how much money do you need for that? Okay, it's 10,000 euros. So we have the what, we need the 10,000 euros. And then it's a crown or a stable diamond or whatever it is for them. So we have the what. And then we go into the how. And the how is super basic. And they learn it when they come to the onboarding, they already watched 6 videos. So they know they have to be prepared to the onboarding and already have the list. It's explained in videos. And then they come to the onboarding with this list. And we say, hey, all right, 10 easiest, 10 best. How would you invite them now? Let's invite them together. I give you feedback. Next week, Tuesday night, Thursday night, we do a product launch for those guys who are just interested in the products and the test. And Thursday night, we do a business launch for those guys who are interested in the business. And you invite on those 2 launches. I do you do the invitation. You open the call or the meeting if you do it offline, and I do the presentation. Next week again, I do the presentation. You just watch. Next week again, you do the product part. I do the business part. In the 4th week, you do both parts, but I'm there just to support you and just in case and give you feedback. And 5th, 6th week, they can do the presentations by their own. So that's the system basically.
Okay, that's interesting. Do you use mainly of those like launch webinars or Zooms where people can invite a lot of people, or are there more 2-on-1 presentations? How do you divide them?
It depends on the time they have. If they only have 4 to 5 hours a week, then we do group presentations because then they don't have the time for other stuff.
Yeah.
And in group presentations, it's always at the end difficult to make the sale, right?
Yeah.
And there we have a nice little trick, because I'm just reading Ari Häkkinen. I remember Mika Häkkinen, the Formula 1 driver. He was amazing.
Yeah, almost the same.
Nice. But at the end of this Zoom meeting, we always ask like the question. I always say if I do the presentation, there are 10 people sitting, for example. I always ask, hey, thank you for your attention. What we always do in the end now is we ask for a little feedback. Please write in the chat from 1 to 10. 1 means not interesting at all. 10 means, whoa, super interesting. I want to know more. Where are you right now? Please write in the chat. And then I wait and hey, Kari, you didn't write yet. What's your opinion? Hey, Petri, what's your opinion? So I wait until everybody's here. And then I say, super, everybody who wrote like 5 or higher gets contacted right after this call from the person who invited you here and to talk about the next steps. So everybody knows now, hey, right after the presentation, I get a call, I get a follow-up, and they are not lost in the nirvana.
That's very good. I actually remember you telling it earlier, but now I really want to implement this because this is super good, because they really give a permission by that for the follow-up.
Yeah, but the most effective, Manu, if they have like 10 hours or more a week, I would always recommend 2-on-1 presentation. That's the most powerful. Because the most learnings there, the most individual. If they have the time, do this. If they don't have the time, do the bigger launches. But more effective is the 2-in-1.
Thank you. Hey, Mikael asks, I know he's building abroad and also those long distance lines. Michael, when you prospect people in social media, how much you pay attention to cultural differences? Do you recommend to find people from any foreign countries where you can do Zinzino as an independent partner, or focus more to Western countries maybe? Your input
Super,
on that.
super question. And in September, we did 720,000 new credits. And from the 720 thousand new credits, we produced 710 of those in Austria, Germany, Switzerland.
Basically,
So
markets.
DACH, yeah. So, and everybody speaking German here. So 99.9% of my business is German speaking. Why? Because it's regional, because Germans have the money for supplements, because you can build it locally, because it's an easy market to work, and because I know the culture there. I know how to talk to Germans. I know the problems, the struggles. I can drive there, I can go there. So I build it locally. And once my business is locally that profound, what means we have like 90% of the DACH market in Zinzino. The other Germans don't want
At
to hear
least,
that.
yeah.
Then we can think about, all right, hey, maybe I also speak Spanish. Maybe I could go to Spain or South America. Oh, Mexico is interesting. All this super interesting. And if you have the time, do it. My laser focus is on my main market because for me, that's the most effective.
Yeah, I understand you. DACH area is plus 100 million people. I think we in Finland, we think that we don't have people here because we have 5.5 million, but out of those 5.5, I think 5.3 million have never heard a word Zinzino. So, but I understand
Like,
people want to go and start building the long distance lines.
but like Switzerland has 6 million people, and
Yeah,
it's place 3 in Zinzino.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Austria, we have 8 million. It's place 5 in Zinzino.
Yeah, and you're right. There was a point where we were second in Zinzino. Of course, there were less countries, markets back then, but it's a good reminder that it's the easiest thing at your home markets and the fastest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also do kickoffs what we do if we do it on offline, like once monthly, every first Saturday, do a kickoff. Okay, first a partner training. Afterwards, they can invite prospects. We do a business presentation and do this monthly. I think if you build it locally, so much energy is coming. What we do right now, and next week we start a DACH tour where we go to 6 different cities in the DACH area because offline it's different.
It is. It is totally different. Hey, Michael, time is running. I have two questions. They might take some time, but people are curious about the Indian project, and we have been thinking that should we organize our own to build like a Finnish school. Can you tell a little bit about that? How it felt, how it went on, how big of an impact it had in your team, or did you use it when you presented the business to people, or how is it in your business or was?
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite topics, and because it's super emotionally attached for me. Because when I was 20, I won a poker tournament. I was professional Texas Hold'em poker player, and I won like 8,000 euros. And the next day, I booked a one-way ticket from Zurich in Switzerland because I live close to Zurich, from Zurich to Bangkok, and I traveled as long as the money took me. This 8,000 euros. And I always try to save money and hitchhike and sleep with locals. And I ended up in Cambodia, for example, and I lived like 4 months in Cambodia on a little island without electricity, without running fluent water, and without a school there. And I started to teach there. and do like English teaching sessions in the morning in the sand, and in the afternoon we did sports together. I did the same in Peru, in south of Lima, and that's why I became a teacher. And I came back to Austria and I told everybody, hey, there are so many kids not having a school. We should build a school. Hey, everybody could donate and let's do it together. And people laughed at me. They said, Michael, you are the party guy. Do you think you can save the world? Hey, Mike, are you too lazy to work? Do you think you're something better? You think one person can do something here? Come on, Michael, you are a dreamer. And that was like when I was at the beginning of 20s. But this dream, this seed was always planted in my mind that I wanted to do something. And then Zinzino came into my life. And with Zinzino, by creating a new person, now I was the person who could make it happen. And I started to do my research. And I talked to Daniel from Local 8 because I wanted to do it together with Zinzino. And I asked Daniel, hey, Daniel, I'm curious, how much is it to build a school for 100 kids and provide them with food, accommodation, and education? I had no idea how much it is. In Austria, I thought it's super expensive. But in India, actually, it's 28,500 euros. For 100 to get to grab 120 kids from the streets with no parents, build a school in the middle of the jungle, pay the teachers, accommodation, and the only hot meal they get. 28,500 euros. When I found that out, all right, from the dream building a school, the goal 28,500, now we need to make a plan. I could do it by my own. It's crazy, but in September, as a Black Ambassador, I earned 55,000 euros. It's insane. I was broke my whole life. For me, everything feels like a dream still. Or we could do it together in a team because many people have this kind of dream and want to be part of something like that, give something back. And we had a team event with 450 people. And I introduced it there. And I said, hey, I'm going to do it. We're going to pay it. Who wants to participate? 277 people stood up, donated. We donated. And in like 4 weeks later, we had the money, sent it to Daniel. 6 months later, they are super quick there. 6 months later, the school was built. September, I flew there. They picked me up at the airport, India, Bagdogra, another small airplane. You get out the little jeep through the jungle. On the left and the right side, the monkeys are sitting. Then you go through this little village. All the villages are on big wood. How do you say in English? In the air. And I asked him why, because of water, or why are the houses that high? And I told me no, because of the wild animals. Because in this region where our school is, there are wild tigers, elephants, snakes, rhinos, and so on. That's why they build it high. And then they're in the middle, this little school. And I came there and people told me about Michael, money is not making you happy. Money will not make you happy. No. When I came there and I visualized this moment for so many years, over 10 years, I had this in my mind. I going there, I'm opening a school. It was like this red band, and I had the scissor in my hand, and I was staying there. And when this moment, what I always saw in my mind finally came to reality, and I was staying there, and it took like 20 seconds, and then I cut this band. 120 kids ran towards me, tears in their eyes, saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, because we gave them a second chance. And then people tell me, but money does also not make you happy. To be honest, guys, it made me super happy to be there, see these kids, and do amazing stuff. Money is not good or bad. Money is neutral. It just strengthens your character. If you're an asshole with money, you're a bigger one. But if you're a good person with money, you have such a power. You can do amazing things out there. And if you want to do that, I can just recommend it. It brought the whole community together. It brought the team together. We had like this mission together. We had this vision together. And now now we already finished the 5th project. In 1.5 years, we built a second school. We financed a second school. We built a hostel for the kids, and we paid already 3 years in advance that they get food and accommodation, not only for 1 year, already 3 in advance. And projects are going on and on and on and on. And many leaders are jumping in. And in every presentation, I talk about it. And you touch the people, and because you see, hey, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. Everything you can imagine, you create everything twice, first in your mind and then in reality. And if you use this kind of tool, and with Zinzino, you can create this person who is actually able to do it. For me, was a life-changing moment, and I can just highly recommend it.
Well, we have been talking about 40 minutes, and the most excited that you have been here is when you talked about that school, and that tells a lot to us. So fantastic! I want to be part in that. I would like to organize similar kind of thing in Finland, and we definitely need to talk about that. And I will contact you more about that later. But last question, Michael. Do you want to tell us shortly about your visions for the future? Maybe 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year. You know, what do you have in mind? What's the top on your mind regarding your future in Zinzino? Where you want to go?
100%. And I can see it crystal clear what is going to happen. We are going to be the biggest network marketing team in the world until 2035. Not to be the biggest and the richest and the nicest and the most beautiful. What are the biggest team in the world doing? And by 2035, we're going to have 1 million partners and 10 million customers. We already have the plan for that. We just need to grow by 100%. What we did the last 5 years, we did more. If we just keep this 100%, means doubling every year in 2032 already. We are at 1 million partners and 10 million customers, what means it's more than Enway. And we're the biggest network marketing team in the world. What does the biggest team in the world? It sets the standard. The biggest team, always the Apple sets the standard, Google sets the standard, Spotify sets, the biggest team sets the standard. And network marketing is such a nice profession. But I don't know how it is in Finland, in Austria, Germany, Switzerland, it's so negative connotated. So many people talk bad about network marketing. It's a scam, it's a pyramid scheme, it's a snowball system, and people are hiding that they are doing network marketing. They are really hiding, and it's embarrassing for them, and that needs to stop. Network marketing in the right company, what we have with Zinzino, is the best business model out there. No risk, and you have so much to win. You can create a new person, you get a new environment. It's the most beautiful business out there, and people need to know that. And if we set a standard that people in school can proudly say, my dad is network marketing professional, and I'm proud of that. I also want to be a network marketing professional. I want to speak on stages, inspire thousands of people. I want to help other people in their health and wealth, and that's my dream. Not I want to be a soccer player or astronaut or a police officer or whatever. I want to be a network marketing professional, and I'm proud of it. And we are going out with that, and that's our mission, that's our vision, and that's going to happen. And I'm so happy to do that in Zinzino with these amazing leaders, with these amazing founders, and I can see crystal clear it's going to happen. And I'm so happy to be on this journey.
Fantastic, Michael. Thank you so much for those words. If it's okay to you, because we have a lot of questions still, but okay, time is running, and we have campaigns to hit and so on. Maybe after 6 months, I can contact you again. Let's have a new one. Let's have a checkup from the neck up how the Finnish team is doing, and it would be fantastic. But thank you so much from behalf of the whole team here. We will continue 2 minutes in Finnish just to go through the campaigns and the most important things. But thank you, vielen danke für dich, Michael, and see you around. See you at the top.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for the invitation. Thanks for the invitation. Have a nice evening, and go for it, guys. The world deserves it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Wow, fantastic. And I will turn it into Finnish now. So, periaatteessa suomeksi 2 minuuttia tässä käydään nämä kampanjat. Olipahan mahtava setti. voit kirjoittaa tonne chattiin, jos haluat tähän loppuun vielä, ne jää talteen, että mikä sun mielestä oli parasta. Ehdottomasti oli tämä Michaelin kanssa uudelleen tulevaisuudessa, mutta todella inspiroiva kaveri. Pari käytännön juttua haluan muistaa, että nämä suolistotesti, gut health test tarjoukset päättyy tänään. Eli partnereille 5 testiä 390, normaali hinta 995. Kannattaa ehdottomasti ottaa. Näitä menee todella paljon. Näitä on niin mahtava pitää Presiksessä mukana. Ja sitten tämä asiakaskitti, jonka sä voit tietysti tilata myös itsellesi tai läheisillesi tai kuka tahansa tuttus voi, niin 169, eli 3 kuitua ja 1 testi. Ja ne loppuu yöllä nyt tarjous Ruotsi-aikaa. Sitten ECPX marraskuulle, niin kuin Michael sanoi, niillä on tavoite 1000 tyyppiä saat. Miettikää 1000 ihmistä, tämä on ihan fantastista. Eli 6 action-pisteellä tai sitten tämä 10 testin tai sitten se 5 uutta gut health testia kitti, niin se tuo myös automaattisesti tuo ECPX ensi kuulle. Ja sitten tohon liittyen, niin jokainen 6 action-pistettä, mitä sä teet tässä kuussa, tuo sul marraskuulle 400 kredittiä ekstraa, eli 200 ja 200 per tiimi. 12 saat 800, 18 200, eli kun marraskuu alkaa, niin sulla on pohjilla vaan X määrä kredittejä. Se voi olla bronssin, silverin, goldin, exen verran. Eli se, mitä tässä kuussa tehdään, niin vielä tuo tämän kuun provikat totta kai, mutta ensi kuulle vielä helpotusta. Niin ihan supersiisti juttu. Muista myös seuraava iso koulutus, 1.11. Lahdes, Super Saturday, ihan törkeen upea setti. Tämä on 3 viikkoa enemmän ja järvempään, eli tämän vuoden viimeistä eventtiä, tosi tärkeä. Sä voit rakentaa tänne vielä uusista ihmisistä porukkaa, tiimiä mukaan sulle todella Lahteen, mutta toi kannattaa ehdottomasti käyttää tämmöisenä ponnahduslautana sun tuohon vuoden viimeiseen eventtiin. Huomenna liikkari, Olli Mustonen pitää tämän kello 18-18.30. Kannattaa ottaa porukkaa mukaan ainakin follow-upina näkemään vähän eri näkökulmasta, mikä on Zinzino, ja että pystytään tekemään päätöksiä. Ja toi on tosi hyvä toi, mitä Michael sanoi, toi pisteytysjuttu. Meidän kannattaa alkaa sitä kanssa tekemään mahdollisesti myös näissä. Hei, iso kiitos kaikille. Ihan loistava ilta. Kiitos, kun tulit mukaan kuuntelemaan Michael Stuettleria. Todella inspiroiva setti. Tämä tulee tallenteena kanssa tuonne tubeen. Mä suosittelen, mun on ainakin pakko kuunnella tämä 2-3 kertaa uudelleen. En mä ehtinyt kaikkea kirjoittaa. Siellä oli niin paljon semmoisia hyvin nuggetteja, niin mä suosittelen samaa. Ja sitten, jos sulla on tiimisi ihmisiä, jotka ei kuulu tätä vielä, niin tai ei ollut mukana tänään, niin kannattaa ehdottomasti promottaa sitä. Ei muuta, mahtavaa viikkoa, käytetään kampanjat hyödyksi, tehdään superhieno viikko tästä ja lähdetään suunnittelemaan sitä Suomi-koulua tuonne Intiaan, koska mä innostuin siitä aika paljon. Jatketaan siitä. Ei muuta kuin loistavaa illan jatkoa. Moikka moi.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Kiitos.
Kiitos.